Financial Technologies was never afraid of competition. All its enterprises were operating in an intensely challenging and dynamic environment. It had never shied away from regulatory rigor, as most of the enterprises it created were supervised by one or more regulators in India and abroad. It was constantly thinking out of the box and was always in the forefront of product innovation. Even its competitors were forced to follow some of its products and practices. Every business idea of the group had a strong sense of public good, a testimony being the record creation of 1 million jobs and sustainable incomes, a contribution that was evaluated by independent research institutions. For an institution that had the distinction of creating several greenfield enterprises of global repute, it never sought any freebies, concessions or grants, nor any tax exemptions. Many may think that the problems at Financial Technologies began with NSEL. In fact, it did not. Actually, it had been battling prejudice and harassment for over 10 years now. It faced numerous obstacles and roadblocks, sometimes created by the people in power, other times by agencies of the state at the behest of competitors and vested interests. The NSEL crisis was in fact a culmination of a series of conspiracies to destroy Financial Technologies Group and bring its promoter Jignesh Shah to disrepute. A quick look at the continuing saga of injustice looks like this. IT department conducted raids on MCX and FTIL, found nothing, but it was later used as an alibi to trouble FTIL. Then again, what business did a Ministry of Finance official have to go beyond his brief to recommend steps to support a rival entity of FTIL? A rival exchange withdrew transaction costs on currency futures. FTIL was not allowed to have a strategic stake in exchanges, whereas banks were allowed the same privilege. MCX-SX was refused permission to launch equity and debt market segments, which was later quashed by the Supreme Court. Singapore Mercantile Exchange, promoted by FTIL, was not allowed to launch trading in USD-INR contracts. FMC gave a cold shoulder to the repeated suggestions by MCX for a comprehensive regulatory structure covering spot and future markets and warehousing. A rival exchange cut down transaction costs during the peak time of an FTIL exchange. Commodity transaction tax was imposed on trading in gold and metals, in which an FTIL exchange had leadership. And then, the biggest conspiracy. NSEL stopped from functioning by an abrupt action of the regulator, thereby triggering a payment default. FTIL declared not fit and proper despite no guilt. Forced amalgamation of NSEL with FTIL despite shareholder objection and board rejection. Interest of 13,000 trading clients touted as more important than 63,000 shareholders of FTIL. Efforts to supersede the board, which was trying to protect shareholder interests. How much rough terrain can a company withstand? How much bias or injustice can it actually endure? Perhaps in no civilized and democratic system has a company been subjected to as many adversities as the Financial Technologies Group. A night-long duel with dark shadows, tempestuous winds and strong swells. In face of exhaustive executive blows, FTIL has turned to the judiciary for a reprieve. It still continues to meet the obligations towards its stakeholders, knowing that hope, justice, and truth shall always prevail.